Story 1. A Reddit user described his encounters with Bonzi Buddy. It was an early morning, in winter, and I was browsing the internet. While browsing the internet, I decided to check my Gmail. In my Gmail, there was a software called Bonzi Buddy. I was pretty suspicious, but I had to see what it was. After installing, I saw a purple gorilla, and it was pretty cool for the most part. I tried to turn it off, only for it to reject and lag out my PC. I checked Task Manager, and it was taking up all of my RAM and CPU. I freaked out. I instantly checked the internet for fixes, but I couldn't find any. After that, I put up a post on Reddit asking for help. I pleaded. People warned me to delete it instantly before it was too late. I tried to delete the software, but I guess I was too late. Bonzi Buddy called me the N-word and started insulting me. I have been having to live with Bonzi Buddy on my PC, and I'm scared for my safety. If anyone knows a way to uninstall Bonzi Buddy, please tell me ASAP. The person who made this post was never heard from again.
Story 2.
I was on a popular forum when I stumbled on someone promoting their software. The software's name was Bonzi Buddy. I decided to give it a chance and downloaded it. There was a purple gorilla on my screen, and I found it very obnoxious. I decided it was a very bad product, and uninstalled it from my PC. That's where I thought the story ended, but it got much worse. My computer was very slow and laggy the following days. I decided to check my PC and noticed that an application was taking up all of my RAM and CPU. I noticed the name was my address. I couldn't believe this. I quickly closed the program. This continued many days, and it kept popping up. I tried to uninstall it, but it wouldn't no matter what. One day, I decided to get a new computer. My current computer was old, and already needed a change. Once I got my new computer, I set it up and installed all of my games and applications. After that, weird events would happen around my house. I would hear footsteps during the night, and sometimes food would be missing around my house. One day I was on my computer, and at the corner of my vision, I swear I saw a purple gorilla watching me. It disappeared. 2 years later, I woke up during the middle of the night, and I saw it. A purple gorilla watching me sleep. I spotted it and froze. It then walked out of my closet and ran towards me. I punched the purple gorilla, but it didn't hurt it. It knocked me out, and I couldn't remember much from there. 1 week later, I woke up in a weird building. It was a room, and I was locked inside of it. After trying to escape the cell for 2 weeks, I found my way out of the cell, and it was Bonzi Buddy. It had both of my PCs, and it was Bitcoin mining on both of them. After retrieving both of my PCs, I decided to move on. I called the police about the place, but there was nothing they could do. After uninstalling the Bitcoin miners, everything went back to normal. I decided to move, though. I decided to go for a walk in my new neighborhood 3 days later. After going through the woods for an abandoned house I saw it. The purple gorilla was watching me inside of the house. I saw the purple gorilla running inside the house I was in. I locked the door, and the gorilla started banging it. The door opened, and Bonzi Buddy looked at me, right at me with his red eyes. He said, "I've been waiting for this moment for so long." I froze in horror. I couldn't believe this was how I would die, but I refused. I grabbed a large knife in the corner of the room and stabbed the purple gorilla. It was made of metal. The purple gorilla was a robot, and then I noticed it was Bonzi Buddy. Bonzi Buddy kneeled and fell to the ground. I killed Bonzi Buddy. But it wasn't dead yet. It grabbed an axe and cut my foot off. I fell and screamed. It swung on my head, but I blocked it with my sword. Bonzi Buddy then grabbed both my arms and spread them out. I couldn't get loose and I started yelling. A space in his stomach opened and it sucked me in. I was inside Bonzi Buddy. It was dark and it was a small space. I tried escaping, but nothing happened. After 2 days of being inside Bonzi Buddy's stomach, I felt like I was going to die. But I noticed Bonzi Buddy's stomach had grown rusty and weak. I busted his stomach open. I looked around and I was in a diner. I saw other animatronics like Bonzi Buddy. There was a bear with a top hat. I ran away to an office. There were 2 doors and then a phone started ringing. A man was telling me instructions, and I saw I had full power. I saw I had access to the camera system. I saw all the animatronics. There was a bunny and a chicken. I saw them move around until they were right at my door. I closed them, and my power went down faster. I opened the door when it wandered away. I saw that it was 2 a.m. This went on for 4 hours until it was 6 a.m. The animatronics then turned off, and I escaped. I read the restaurant name, and it was called Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. I ran for my life, and to this day that's the last I have heard of Bonzi Buddy. But last night I saw a purple gorilla outside of my house looking at me, and I'm quite afraid for my life. I'll update if anything else happens. The person was found dead the same hour he finished writing this. The authorities determined that a mysterious creature entered his house and stabbed him to death and pissed on his dead body. Story 3.
I was using Tinder, and I stumbled across an attractive female. I decided to chat with her, and everything was going well. Conversation was very easy with this girl, and I wanted to advance our relationship. Her name was Rosa Oblansky. I decided to ask if she would like to date, and she accepted. We dated online for a couple months, and we would video calls as well. I noticed she would never turn on her camera, and her voice sounded a little weird, maybe a little bit robotic, mixed with ape. We decided to meet at a pizzeria called Fazbear's Entertainment. We decided the time would be at 3 a.m. I was a little weird, but I accepted. I just couldn't. The day of the date came, and I was excited. After putting on my fanciest clothing, I pulled up in the driveway of the diner and saw there was no cars. After waiting a bit, I thought I saw a purple gorilla inside the diner, but I just passed it off as me imagining things. I got a text from my date saying, "Come inside, I'm waiting." I came closer to the door, and I stuttered right when I was at the last step. I was scared to open the door. I don't know why. I disregarded it and tried opening the door. It was locked. I gave up and went back to my car. But before my car, I noticed a hot female looking at me. I got out of my car and went to her. She said, "Hello!" and I took her hand. We went inside the restaurant. After I knew it was locked, I'm not sure how she opened the door, but I was happy to be there. After a long night, I decided to go in for a kiss. While I was going in, she transformed into a purple gorilla, and I froze. The gorilla stored me in a fridge, and I'm not sure if I'll make it out alive, but if you hear this, please call the police immediately. The user was later found, cooked and eaten inside a purple gorilla's stomach. Bonzi Buddy was caught and arrested for this brave man's work.